Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And today in this video we're running a small little experiment for either about probably like 250 to about 500 years where I just accidentally fucked up. Let me kill off these things. But basically it's going to be where these civilizations are going to be split up for probably about closer to 100 years or so. I'm not 100% sure yet. And afterwards they will obviously, be able to have like different, be able to start interacting with each other and stuff like that. But yeah, but I'm gonna place down these people first, and we're gonna see what civilizations form. But over there is gonna be humans. Over here is gonna be dwarves, which I'm gonna place them like right next to the mining area, just because I made that perfectly for them. And then orcs, they got a bunch of different biomes. A little bit harder for them because orcs normally succeed so much. But yeah. And then I'm going to change some world walls about like plants. Like faster, stuff like that. Okay, it looks like certain civilizations are beginning to set up. Only civilization that did not set up is orcs right now. So let's hit like a 5 times speed just really fast just to see if they'll set up. Or if I need to fix them. Why aren't you guys setting up? Y'all like really should get a civilization going here. Okay, why is there like no trees either? Hold on. For some reason these guys got like really fucking weird over here. Like grow some fucking trees in the area. Good God, that's like the whole point of it. Me doing all this. For trees to be around. Oh, we're just gonna plant trees throughout the whole entire world, I guess. Just in case of any other civilization struggling with this right now. Yes. Now they got fucking trees to work with. Yes, sir. Okay. But we're going to let this go on now, and we'll be back in a little bit. I don't think any other civilization develops boats, so you know what? If humans can conquer down here, I'll let them do it, but if they can't, they can't, I guess. But it is what it is. I don't know about elf. No, elves do make boats. Okay, so it's just with join dwarves and orcs that don't make boats for some reason. I don't know why they don't make boats. But, shit. We aren't going to just let them just sit there. I mean, we're going to have other civilizations just kind of put up in their place. Also, we're going to turn off rebellions because there's no point about having rebellions on. The whole idea behind this is just kind of see which side will actually come out on top. But I think we're going to probably push this to like year like 150 to 200 before we release the first openings for nations. I think these guys were like the first ones to actually like colonize most of their area. These guys appear to start decolonizing. These guys have not done shit. Not even my humans have done anything, bro. I don't know. Over here, elves are making their ways through, but their area is a lot bigger than probably most areas are. So, I mean, it would kind of make sense on why it takes them a lot longer. But I can't believe humans have made it this far over this way. Dwarves are actually starting to go for it, but so I collapsed the human civilization by just using madness. And now it looks like things are getting set aflame. So, yeah. Guys, it is the year 200. Now you guys all know what that means. The mountains will be getting moved right here. Well, for now, we're going to open up the dwarves and the... I can just place a deep ocean. So right now, we're going to open up the dwarves and the elves to go fight each other. And we're going to open up this side of the humans and the orcs and the humans over here to go try to colonize and fight each other. And in order to make sure that they do actually go fight each other and not to sit here in peace, is we're going to give kingdoms spite. Yay! So now they're going to war with each other. So let's now see how this all plays out. I really think the elves are gonna dominate fucking dwarves down on the lower part. Kind of looks like they're kind of getting prepared for it. Yeah, they're starting to transport armies across. I don't know about humans though. Humans might not make such a big crossing into that land. This probably will. Yeah, it looks like battles are now taking place down on the lower part of the Dwarvian Empire. Even their capital is underneath attack, which is a bad sign for them. This might end up eradicating them relatively quickly. But at the same time, though, it looks like the fucking dwarves are going in for the attack on their slower island and might even actually capture parts of it. Dude, they're massacring. Dude, they're actually massacring the elves on the slower part of this island. This might actually be a dwarf win here. Holy shit, dude, the dwarves are actually taking the lower part of this island. But it looks like their capital got taken. Oh my god. Oh no, dude, the dwarves have lost their capital. But it still looks like the battle is still taking place here, and it doesn't look like dwarves are actually going to probably survive on this island for that long. It looks like humans haven't done much of anything besides... it looks like actually they're coming up to conquer and collapse as of right now. But honestly, the war down here is going to be a lot less entertaining than this one, because that's just so smaller of places, bro. Such smaller places. But yeah. But now it looks like the elves are going back in for the capture of their islands. They don't give a fuck right now. They don't care. But it looks like they're actually losing the siege on one of those islands. And it actually just looks like they lost the city they did just capture. It looks like that might be a holding point for the dwarves. It's right there. But I wouldn't take that too lightly, though, still. Just because I feel like their armed combats are going still quite well. Yep, then they just got that shit recaptured. Looks like the humans have made their way all the way up here. They're probably going to start colonizing, hopefully. Hopefully they start trying to figure out what they can do down here. Oh, but it looks like now the warfare is taking its place back into the main capital of the kingdom again. But it actually looks like they might be trying to recapture their old capital currently right now. The dwarves. But as it honestly looks like they just keep losing more and more land here, like by the day. I don't know if this is a really a good thing for these guys, but honestly, it's only been about 28 years of warfare, and it looks like the dwarves are on the verge of collapse. A species that has lasted over 200 years. The moment those walls came down, it was their time to be conquered. But honestly, dude, this actually gives quite a bit of now land to also elves on this lower region. So yeah. Also, by the way, you make peace and harmony with everybody. You're no longer in war. So there's been like a sudden population surge in this random town here. But into that happening also, though, it appears like fucking random ass kingdoms just got made into the region. Which I don't know how successful they're going to be, but shit. I don't know why there's such a goddamn population surge. Was such a goddamn fucking population surge. Holy fucking shit. But it looks like the elves have basically conquested most of their region. The only region that they don't really own is like these two parts. Yeah. Also, it's going on to year 300, so I mean, if these are able to conquer like the rest of this area, I mean, we will probably end up just opening up the walls. Guys, but at this point, I think we're just gonna open up the walls just so that the attack can kind of begin. We need a bit of a smaller circle for down here. Because to be honest with you, I feel like dude, this shit has like population has boomed in like both areas, like even over here, dude, that's fucking massive population. And we're just gonna add in spite to everybody, and this is about to be a massive war. This is going to kind of be the war to decide on who conquers the world, I guess. There we go. Yeah, by the way, the game is very laggy. That's also another reason I'm kind of doing this. But AI is making them fucking moving with over 5,000 people in just that one area, dude, alone, bro. 2,700 in the humans. So, I mean, elves have definitely the numbers advantage here, but where if they're going to actually be able to conquer the humans? The real question. Because they have to go through quite a bit just to actually get through. So, who knows? But also, I think this is a good time to add. I'm going to add in, like, for example, each time, like, a section collapses of, like, a species, I get, I don't know, maybe. We're just going to kind of be also kind of just fucking with them. The elves were able to unite themselves, but into this also, I think since it's only 324, up until year 400, we're going to have rebellions on. So, this isn't going to be like really, yeah, you can just take everything you want. You will also collapse into this. Where's rebellions? There you go. So I'm kind of curious on where if they will rebel or not, if any country will. I feel like down here on this front here, this is really where the elves will probably have the most issues. Like the first rebellions have actually started up down here like I predicted. So wonder how long up until elves actually respond to that. They're actually dwarf kingdoms and not really elf kingdoms, so that's actually pretty cool. Dwarves are trying to make their comeback through a rebellion right now. Alright, so it's about year 339. What's to stir the full fucking world into a rebellion? See who comes out on top and shit, you know. I feel like these like capital cities though will definitely have like a really high chance of winning. Maybe not so much down here, I don't think, like in the elf region, because I feel like that fucking place like up here is about to fucking dominate. Like over here, they'll probably dominate. In these island nations, I don't really know. Like honestly, that's gonna anybody's game. It might even come down to somebody else that's coming up and conquering it. But now, though, this kind of offers a new expansion for humans because they can even possibly move into dwarf territory. Well, old dwarf territory, now elf territory that still has some actually dwarf kingdoms in it. Which is actually really interesting. I guess the dwarves have not really technically died out yet. Guess I didn't realize that. But it doesn't look like many dwarf kingdoms actually exist anymore. Only about Onomia exist. So let's hope that they can actually make a comeback. And I wonder actually how many are even like inside of here. Yeah, dude, their population doesn't even like make up the majority. The founder of this place was fucking elves for one. Their population doesn't make up the majority either. They're probably dying out in reality. I guess not really, because they still technically have populations like all throughout these other areas. I don't know. So it looks like some elf actual kingdoms have formed up into the old like elf kingdom here. Looks like humans haven't really been able to form much of anything throughout here of like actual like main empires. Looks like these two are kind of competing for islands though. Down here, this is just kind of become I feel like a struggle fuck for everybody. Looks like actually these guys are going in for the conquering of these guys. Which actually would be really nice for them probably because these guys are showing so much. They have no food. They have basically no army anymore. And shit. And then down here, it just kind of looks like a struggle for everybody. It doesn't look like anybody's getting anything done down here either. So it's just kind of like a weird situation that's kind of fallen apart. But it's about year 381. And let's hope that these guys will go to war very soon. In order to make this war speed up a little bit, we're going to start connecting all the continents with land bridges. So yeah, I mean, it's going to basically let them walk up and through these areas with almost no fucking trouble basically at all. But it does actually still though require you to take parts of like your boats through some of these areas. in order to actually conquer them. Yeah, kind of like different, you know. But let's just kind of see how this goes. Guys, so it looks like this elf kingdom is on their way of conquest throughout the fucking world. They don't give a fuck no more. They said, nah, bruh, these places are now mine, and we are coming to conquer them. And they kind of actually are taking many places from multiple people. But I don't know if they're actually going to be extremely successful still, just because, humans still have quite a big fortress on their side. They're a little bit bigger fortress than what they have, but their kingdom's is bigger. Their population is definitely not. But I honestly think it would also be really honestly funny if we just kind of start adding like this shit. Just make everything go super fast. Make everything go super fast. Let's just see what happens. See if things will go to war. Looks like the kingdom down here though is making their move upward again. To be 100% honest though with you guys, I feel like nobody's ever going to conquer up here, so I mean anything that survives or wants to, come back and try to retake this place, they're more than welcome to. But I mean, I'm not going to let this place just, continuously not be conquered. It's so fucking boring to look up there. Always nothing ever happening. I don't really think anything's going to actually come to try to even settle that. So now it's going to kind of be a focused war onto these three parts. This might become a strategic land for ships, but I don't think for anything else. Guys, it looks like green and red are the only ones with humans versus elves. And I think elves are going to probably win this just because they have the numbers advantage here, honestly. But at the same time, humans could pull some crazy moves off here. With some, like, naval invasions and stuff. The first human city has fallen to the elves, and the battle continues. As elves move in to try to capture more, and the slaughtering continues. I don't think either side's probably going to say that they can win this one. It's definitely going to be high losses for both sides. Even though I don't think the elves will show it as much because they'll be gaining population from this conquering, but they still are technically taking huge losses on elves' part because their armies made up of elves and their armies are definitely dying right now. Population is probably dropping extremely in the world. Yeah, population is down to 4,000, but yeah, it's definitely dropping at a rapid pace. Honestly, it's sometimes stabling out. It wasn't a blue minute, it stables out for a second. It's here 440 though. And honestly, it looks like, dude, they're gonna slaughter every last human in order to conquer this place. It does not look like, looks like they're about to capture the next city. Oh, yep, they just did. And at this point, I don't think humans have much more of a chance, but they still might actually. They still might. Although elf population has not really gained much of any, because I think they've lost so many in this battle. This has definitely been probably one of their hardest battles so far. They've fought. But I don't know. Man, dude, 3,000 versus 800, dude. I don't know. I don't know who's actually gonna win this one. I mean, I think that elves will probably still, once again, elves are definitely going to win this, but it's still not really a win on their part. Their population is dropping. But it actually looks like population of the world was going up for just a second. Now it just dropped by 100 somehow. I don't know what just happened. But once again, this isn't the end for the elves. I mean, whoever wins this still has one last fight to fight for the end. Dude, this battle has actually taken so long though in these cities. To the point where I think actually human civilization, human cities have actually collapsed over here. due to it. Interesting push here. It looks like humans have actually just regained a settlement that they just lost. Holy shit. Dude, this is going to be a very weird war, I think, for the elves. This is definitely going to be the hardest war that they've ever fought. Even though human population is in the world's going up, it doesn't seem like humans are really like on this. They're like on this thing of I will stand up on business right now. I don't give a fuck about anything else. But dude, these guys have 1.3k men in their army. These guys have 30. Like, how have you guys not conquered these guys yet? Like, dude, you guys have like most of your forces also in their lands. Was in their lands at that current time. You eliminate them. Come on. Oh, but it comes down to an island fight now. Now the green actually has to land armies. But I'm not going to make them actually do that. In reality, we'll just make a land bridge. Boom. Land bridge has been made. See if they use it. If they don't, it's their own issue. Yep, looks like the humans are now getting ratted out up on that island. With only about 3 defenders left. It looks like the elves have technically won in that competition. But I don't think they're going to like really actually expand into any of these lands. I don't think they really care about that. I just think they more cared about making sure that they were safe. But who honestly knows? It looks like these guys over here are falling. The final human settlement, final free kingdom also. Besides the elves, they must hold out for as long as possible. And that was the fall. But now, it's time for their competition to arrive. See, that was just a test, bro. Was this all a test for this? This is the real thing that's going to come out on them. Let's see if they can survive an alien invasion. Because after all, aliens see how successful they are. They understand the resources now. And why wouldn't they want to go get that shit? I didn't realize you can press tab to switch menus. Actually cool. But that's a big old ass line of aliens. Let's see how this goes. Holy shit. Populations are getting wiped. Wiped right now. Fuck. Yeah, dude, world population's already down to about 2,700. I don't think elves were built to hold off aliens at all. They might be able to hold out in like some of these like random ass regions, but I don't think they're gonna be able to hold out in like their main population center of elves. I don't think elves are gonna do well here, as thousands have died already, and probably thousands of more are probably gonna die. But looks like world population though is actually not doing too bad. About 1,400. By some aliens that have kind of crashed and died, fell out of the sky and stuff. But yeah, about 700 left. Let's see if they can actually hold up here, though. I mean, they're starting to. The mobs in the world are actually getting to drop at a rapid pace. So who knows? Maybe the oh shoot, the aliens have made their first landings into like where the elves' mainland used to be and the dwarves' mainland used to be. But the humans' mainland is still occupied. Actually, it's now a human kingdom. Now a human main kingdom. Where this is going to be the fighting ground. But I feel like, honestly, aliens have now started to conquer the world. Yep. That's kind of like was the whole entire thing of this. Was humans are going to hopefully hold off from the aliens for now. But I wouldn't throw super high confidence into that one. Just because, humans honestly might make their massive comeback here. This might be the biggest comeback of humans ever. overtly though, they only have about 71 soldiers, so they need to either get moving now or they will give the aliens too much time to prep. And that's going to be kind of the issue. But aliens will also begin to battle themselves to try to colonize Earth. So who actually knows? Who do you guys think is going to win this one now? Because it looks like aliens have just kind of set up like random ass fucking places just to kind of start trying to settle and build up. But what the fuck is going on like here? The hell? But at the same time though, it does kind of still look like, you know, these guys might be able to get the place, but who knows? Guys, but basically, in order to try to save all of humanity, humans nuked the world, well, the alien settlements, knowing that it could end up killing them also. They did it anyways, and they saved the planet. And at the end of the day, who was even over here? Who's all part of this? So it looks like elves and humans survived this all. I don't think anything else actually did survive this, so it looks like orcs and dwarves were not fit for this survival. But it looks like these guys were, and the human settlement now survives on. And also, I guess the human birthplace, kind of. I mean, kind of weird. Humans did make it. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I know I definitely did, and I hope to catch you guys all in the next one. Bye!